So now we have our 16 pages. All right. CMYK, 1 PMS. It's not too bad now. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and follow the instructions which we've listed. I'm just going to draw myself a little text box and try to make myself a little outline, just maybe like right here. All right, and plus, and I'm going to write page 1 cover. This button and make this yellow, copy. All right, so page 1 is cover, page 2, and minus. Page 2 is going to be inside front cover, solid color, no text. So I'm just going to go ahead and click and drag. And then let's make this like yellow is fine, or you can do just for now some kind of neutral color, or we can do the dark gray, whatever. Let's not do that. All right, then I'm going to do Command Shift V, Command Option Shift V, and this is the cover. Page 3 is going to be Introduction. Okay, 0. Page 4 and 5 are going to be Designer 1. Okay, so then I'm going to paste this, put this here. We're going to say Designer 1, copy, and 0. Okay, this is going to be Designer 2. And I just clicked on that page, Designer 3, Designer 4, Designer 5. Okay, and then page 14, let's make sure we're on the right, yep. Okay, page 14 is going to be Conclusion, can be placeholder text. Conclusion. And then inside back cover, again, we're going to have, all right, and so you can see your bleed. You want to make sure this is right up to the edge. And if you have snapping on, it should snap to the edges. Let's make this yellow again. I think I just reduced it a little, or I chose something here-ish. Okay. And oh, and you can see, you want to make sure you get, all right, so you want to make sure this goes to the bleed so that, let's say hypothetically, you were sending this to print. If you don't have the bleed, you might have a little white edge around with the paper showing. For when they cut the paper, if you don't have the color extending past, then they might just cut it and have a little bit of an edge there. All right, Command 0, and then this would be the back cover, student's name in the upper left corner. Okay. So I went ahead and just put my name into the page numbers, but whatever you want to do is maybe fine, depending on if it's right or if it's wrong. Oh man. All right, so make sure you're saving as you go. So I'm going to file, save as, and I'm going to call this booklet .1. Okay. All right, so now we have a little bit of a map. Okay. So now is going to be when you're going to think about, hopefully you've done all your research. Essentially what you're going to do is plug in, the next thing I would do is plug in all my photos and all my text, and then you would have everything laid out, and then you could start building your layout and your design and start playing with that. One thing I want to do is color swatch, and I'm going to add our Pantone. All right, so we're going to do solid coded, right? Pantone and solid coded, yeah. All right, so we're just going to add one Pantone color. So I don't currently have a color system defined. I would probably define my color system after bringing in all the photos and see what colors are used in those. You could do something like have black and white photos, but you may not want to, it depends on what you're doing. There are so many different ways. So I chose something arbitrarily. All right, so then we have our Pantone thing there. And if I double click it, I can change it. So actually I kind of want a gray color. I don't do like a gray color because I seem to be doing the gray thing. Pantone black. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a gray. All right, so then we have, all right, so the name of the document is Masters of Modern Graphic Design. Okay, so I'm gonna T, you just hit the T on the keyboard, click and drag, Command V, Command A. Command A is select all. And then I'm going to go to, I've decided to use Gotham for my typeface. And then if you do Command Shift right caret, you can increase the size, let's say. So this would be utilizing scale, Master of Modern Graphic Design. And then you can use your grid, right? This is the purpose for the grid. And what you can do is you can drag, let's say you want the B master to go here. We don't want a page number, so Command plus, zoom in, go here, and I'm gonna get rid of it. All right, so it's Command Shift click, delete. So Command Shift click, you can click anything on an individual page and that's been listed on the master page, and you can just delete it or change it, alter it, whatever you need to do. So I have this other document over here, but it's taking up the whole page. Rude. All right. So possible images could be a montage of their work or possibly photos of each designer. So think about how you want to present this information and what would be beneficial to potential audience members. So let's assume that the person looking at this booklet doesn't know anything about these designers. So I would probably try to give a little bit of education. You can show your friends or your mom, whatever, your dad. All right, so you can see that this is the text box, and if we push it against here, we have this space here. So I actually like to just go in and push it right against the grid lines. All right, so I'm going to put mine there for now, and then I'm just going to, Masters of Modern Graphic Design. Well, whatever. Let's copy this for now because I don't have copy and paste it. I don't have a particular angle right now, so for now I'm going to put this. I hate this. I'm getting rid of it. No. What if we did this? What if we did Masters of Modern Graphic Design? And so this is where you're going to start to think about what are the different elements that we can work with. How can we create a system, a navigatable system? Navigatable system. So you could have, I could just do black and white. This gray thing is kind of working for me. Black is really heavy, really, really heavy. Hate that. And anything you have here, oops, you want it to go to the edge of the page. I'm sorry, to the bleed. So let's say, all right, but we could also, and you can actually see that I have missed dragging this to the bleed. Okay, so then we have Masters of Modern Graphic Design, and maybe I want. Maybe I'll actually do like a 3-column grid. Maybe this should go here. All right, so these are going to be, there's a million different ways you could do this. You could have this. You know what we could do? If we want even bigger. Yeah, All right, what if we went really big? Masters of Modern Graphic Design. And then we do put this here and write Jenny Reed, Applications of Graphic Design, Spring 2022. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, and this is really important actually, and something we may or may not have talked about, is I want to quickly review paragraph styles. I don't think I've told you about paragraph styles, but this is really important. So paragraph styles are great. So basically what this is defining a rule for your paragraph. So let's do a new paragraph style. And I just want to go ahead and make a body copy. So I'm just going to call it body. Let's say Gotham, regular, and I'm going to have 12 points, depending on who you are, it can be really big. So I'm going to bring this down to like 9 points. I had an art director once who told me anything smaller than 8 points is cool. So I try not to go smaller than 8 points. 9 points is good for me right now. I don't feel like doing Gotham, but I also don't feel like doing Avenir. And I also don't feel like doing Times New Roman. I'm gonna go with Gotham for now. Let's go with Gotham for now. Trade Gothic would be good. Trade Gothic would be good, but I don't think I have Trade Gothic. And I don't think I put that on there. All right, so let's go with Gotham. All right, and you can see, define all this stuff. So let me just, and then you apply body and you can see that it has been applied here.